This one's going to be really, really, really easy for the prediction, but I want to read it for the T. Are you ready for this? Am I the asshole for not cooking a Western enough meal when having guests over? I'm gay. Remind me what counts as Western again? Like what areas? American. Yeah. So Western technically means also like US, Canada. I guess you could also say Mexico. But when people say Western, they mean the US. Anyway, all right, here we go. My boyfriend, 24M, and I, 21F, have recently hosted a dinner at his place with some of his coworkers and their parents. He recently got a promotion at work, and his friends over there were asking for a treat. I'm South Asian, Bangladeshi, and sometimes when I have leftovers from some of the traditional dishes I cook, I pack it for his lunch. Apparently, many of his coworkers liked the smell and look of his food, and some even tried it and liked it. So when I asked him if we should just invite them at his place where I could cook some traditional dinner, he got excited and said yes. He gave me a heads up that 2 of them are vegetarian. For dinner, I cooked white rice, tomato chutney, mashed potatoes, spinach, onion fritters, fried eggplants, Chinese vegetables, spicy egg curry, chicken curry, lentils with green mango. Holy fuck! That sounds so fucking good. Oh my God. I'm drooling. For dessert, there's more! For dessert, I made Gayar halwa, carrot-based pudding. I also served veggie strips, snacks, and beverages before dinner as an evening snack. All of them seemed to love my cooking and kept complimenting me throughout the night. They also asked me many questions about the ingredients and what is the best way to eat each of them, and I was happy to answer those. After they all left, my boyfriend started ranting. What was that all about? I got very confused, and apparently when he assumed I was going to cook traditional meals, he thought it would be more like what they serve at the weddings. Biryani, chicken roast, spicy beef curry, kebab, fried fish, and other veggie dishes. He thought what we served was not up to the standards, especially when guests are over. I argued that most of my dishes were vegetarian friendly and that these are comfort foods, which are also quite tasty since they were all seasoned properly and made from scratch. He keeps saying he should have just taken them to a restaurant and that I'm lucky none of them are Indian or something. Otherwise, they'd be able to tell we just fed them grass. I was very hurt by that comment since I put a very high effort into all of that cooking when I don't even live there.
He is not the love of your life. He is literally just a guy. Hit him with your car.
What the fuck? You didn't cook traditional enough. What the fuck? Throw the whole relationship away. This guy sounds like a racist, controlling piece of shit. Not the okay, top comment here. You ready? Not the asshole. Dinner sounds delicious, and just from the number of dishes, seems like it was a lot of work. 2 problems I see. Your boyfriend didn't bother to help you cook for a dinner for him and his colleagues, and your boyfriend didn't even care to ask you what you were making. Your boyfriend doesn't seem to appreciate you and what you do for him. Not the asshole. Sounds like dinner was a success. I wonder why he's really upset. Someone said, ooh, good point. Maybe girlfriend was a little too much of a hit, and now Lil Man is jealous. I think it's like what Americans think Chinese food is versus what authentic Chinese food is. Boyfriend wanted the commercial version of her culture's food. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, she didn't cook Western idealized South Asian food. Right. Jealous that his wife was more popular than him? Throw the man away and find someone who will gas you up. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. You didn't cook the way I like it. Yeah, fuck this guy. Hit him with your car. He is not the love of your life. Literally just a guy. Fuck that dude. My God. You deserve better. You deserve better. This seems like clickbait. Hang on. I'm gonna do a quickie little skim here. Okay, we're gonna do this one. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my wheelchair-bound dad move into my accessible house? Chat said 14% asshole, 86% Not the asshole. Okay. All right. Here we go. When I, 28F, was 6, my parents divorced. My dad seemed to have divorced both my mom and me. My mom remarried to my stepdad when I was 9, and he has been the only dad I've known since then. Sadly, I lost both of them 3 weeks apart due to COVID. I ended up with a sizable inheritance since I was their only heir. Then I sold their house. I couldn't cope with the memories and the loss. Over the last 2 years, I used most of the money to build an accessible house. I'm not disabled currently, but there is a big chance that I will be in the future due to a genetic condition that is common on my dad's side of the family. This will be my forever home. It is a single story, 300 square meters on a 750 square meter plot of land. I have been in contact with my dad and his new family for the last 1.5 years and would say we are on a level of very superficial friends. He has been needing his wheelchair more and more over the last year or so. They were invited to my housewarming 3 months ago, and since then, he has been trying to convince me to let him move in with me. Him, his wife, and their youngest son, 17, since I have the space and the house is accessible. I have been politely declining, but I've had enough. So I told him to choose. Never being up, moving in with me again and maintain our relationship, or continue to push and have me go back to being no contact. Now his wife and other kids are calling me an asshole for giving him an ultimatum like that. So am I the asshole? You have something that I would like. You should give it to me and my family. Yeah, fuck that. Whole family who he left you and never talked to you. Yeah, right? The audacity of this man. Not the asshole, you don't owe your father anything. Honestly, moving everybody in sounds like a nightmare. Protect your peace. Absolutely, 100%. OP responded, said, exactly. Even discounting our history, I do not want to move in practical strangers. Right, OP doesn't know this whole other side of the family. Yeah, dad is sus as fuck. It's giving vibes that dad only reached out when he'd started deteriorating. I gave you my sperm, you give me house. Yeah, fucking right, though. Yeah, not the asshole. Not even a little bit. Not even a teensy little wink wonk. This guy sounds like an asshole. Let's see how it goes. Am I the asshole for making my pregnant wife get up at 3 a.m.? You're an asshole for making anyone get up at 3 a.m. You're so right. You're so right. I, 33M, have a 6-month pregnant wife, 33F, and a kid, 1.5M. I work 5 days a week, and wife works part-time, 2 days with the kid and 3 days at work while the kid is in childcare. I put the kid to bed every night and put him back to sleep if he gets up in the middle of the night. We used to split the week on who would get up and settle him if he woke up during the night, but it used to be very frequent. However, I've been sleep training him for the past couple months, and happily his wake-ups are rare now. He almost always gets himself back to sleep in 5 minutes if he wakes up now, only can't get back to sleep if, for example, he's teething and in pain. So I've been doing all the nights if he gets up. Wife being pregonanante and super tired, just in 3rd trimester now, I decided to keep the arrangement of getting up and settling him in the night if he can't do it himself. This week, however, I've been super busy at work prepping a conference that took place last night. This kind of conference happens once a year where I'm so involved. So the night before last, day before the conference, asked my wife to take him if he woke up in the night so I could be rested for the big day, and all was fine. Last night, I came home around midnight after the all-day conference, having had a few drinks. I wasn't drunk, but very tipsy. Wife and I chatted about our days while I put my suit away and went to bed. Kid got up at 3 a.m. last night and wouldn't settle himself. As I was tired from the all-day conference and still feeling the alcohol, I asked my wife to get him. Apparently, he was up for an hour. In the morning, she called me an asshole for not getting him in the night and making her get up instead. She said she was also tired from being pregonanante and both dropping him off and picking him up from childcare this week. We usually split it, but I've been in the office early and late this last week. So, am I the asshole for making my wife get up instead of doing it myself? He got home at midnight after drinking, right after saying he needed to be well rested. After an all-day conference, yes. My fatigue was so bad when I was pregnant, I can't even. Oh, God. Let's go to some comments. Let's see. If this is the one and only time this happens because of your yearly conference, not the asshole. Yes, your wife is extra tired growing a baby and all, but this once a year event you have responsibilities for and discussed beforehand ought to be a little extra leeway. Might get her a massage or send her on a baby shopping trip for her picking up the slack, but you taking 2 days to focus on a work function shouldn't be such a hurdle for y'all. Good luck. Okay, so this comment has a bunch of awards. Just a note, you weren't out of line, but I don't love the way you characterized your wife's work. She doesn't work part-time, she works full-time. 2 days as a caregiver and 3 days as an occupation. I bet if you asked her, she'd say her time at home is 10 times more tiring and all-consuming than her time at her job. Caregiving is labor, full stop. We can argue about the definition of work or job, but society's collective refusal to see caregiving as labor that has value has disenfranchised women and some men for generations. That's the point I'm making. Snaps, 100%. The OP had already been drinking from being at the conference because, as we all know, a conference usually involves drinking. However, if you're drinking at a conference, you're probably having fun. If you're drinking at a conference, this is most likely at a time where you could have already left. Yeah, his day ended with drinking, her day ended with childcare. Exactly. He's like, oh, this is just a one-time conference. It's just once a year. I can get very tipsy. I'll say that if he was heavily drinking, I'd rather a non-inebriated parent took care of the child, but he sounds too defensive about it when the wife is heavily pergenante. So yeah, leaning more towards asshole. Yeah. Okay, this comment says no one's an asshole. You're both exhausted from parenting and better communication could have solved this. I don't think either of you are assholes. Plan and communicate better in the future. A problem that could have been solved with communication on the Am I the Asshole subreddit. I am very, very, very not surprised at all. Fucking talk to one another. My God. Children assholes for real. Honestly, the kid's the asshole. God, don't wake up in the middle of the night. Fucking asshole. Imagine being fucking newborn baby. Ugh, cringe. You think you have it rough? Everyone grows teeth, okay? Okay? Shut the fuck up and go back to sleep. Do you have to pay taxes, baby? Or clean a toilet? I don't think so. You don't even pay taxes. I should be the one crying at 3 a.m. Did we determine asshole or not the asshole? I don't remember. Yeah, let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Kind of was communicate with each other, right? Poll time. It's the poll. It never folds. It makes me want to suck a hole. Ooh, a divisive hole, a divided hole, a spread hole. I'm saying asshole for simply not planning better. I think this is an everyone sucks here. It's still, honestly, it's still pretty divisive. All right. So if everyone sucks, that means asshole. This was a hard one. This is a hard one. We haven't had difficult holes in a bingus. I like this. I like it when the hole fights back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. We ready for holes? Are we ready for holes, or do you want to ogle some more first? Anyway, all right. It's Dickie time. Am I the asshole for telling my parents I won't be their live-in babysitter or take care of my baby sibling for them? As the oldest child of my siblings turned parent, not the asshole. How was this whole spread? 4%. 4% say asshole. 96% say not the asshole. Okay, here we go. I, 16F, am an only child, and that position will be expiring in October when my parents have their second child. They were always supposed to be one and done with me, something I was aware of was partly due to them finding childcare ridiculously expensive and my mom enjoying her job too much to stay at home. I think another part of it, they are not very natural parents and are pretty much entirely hands off. We never do anything as a family, and they are not very involved in my life. They pay for stuff, and that is their contribution. My heart just sank a little bit after reading that last line. The pregnancy was a big shock for them and for me. I heard them discussing what the fuck they would do, and my mom was repeatedly saying that she was not going to stay at home and she was not going to take much maternity leave, that she wants to be back at work ASAP. They complained about how much it would cost to get someone to watch the baby while they work and during the summers and stuff. I heard them mention me and I was like, oh, hell no. They sat me down a week ago and told me they had these plans for me to watch the baby for 3 to 4 hours after school until they get home from work. It would involve quitting all of my after school stuff and not hanging out with my friends after school either. They also want me to stay home next summer and to consider hanging around to be there for the next few summers. I was like, no way. They told me I'm going to be a big sister now and that as a part of the family, I have responsibilities. I told them they had responsibilities as parents, and I am not a parent. I am the child in their house. They told me not for long. I said I could rush to graduation and leave so they can't use me as free childcare. I don't think they expected these reactions from me or the thought I had put into it. After I heard them talk with each other, I found out I could graduate in December by talking to my guidance counselor. I'm almost finished my junior year now, and I could finish senior year early with the grades I keep and the work I do. That is definitely the most appealing option to me, and I'll be 17 in a couple of weeks anyway. My parents were really unhappy with me, and they told me I'm going to miss out on so much by doing this. I told them I won't take care of or raise a baby for them, that I have my own life and being stuck with a baby is not part of it. They told me I am being incredibly selfish and to think about what I am throwing away. They also said I won't be a very good sister if I refuse to be part of the baby's life. Am I the asshole? God, I wish I had her balls. Fucking right. This kid. I look up to this kid. These parents should not have ever had any kids, right? Yeah, not the asshole even a little bit. Kind of decisive topic, but the parents clearly don't want this child, so why are they continuing with this pregnancy? Right, exactly. Not only do you not want it, you are refusing to make time for it. All children should be born wanted. Yes. I don't think there's any shame in terminating an unwanted pregnancy. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Your body, your choice, you know? I'm confused why they want to go through with it when they so obviously don't want to deal with it, you know? Let's go into some comments. Top comment is not the asshole at all. They want you to be a live-in nanny and raise their child that they don't want. OP says, yeah, that's how it feels to me. They can't be any clearer that they really don't want this baby. I often suspected they were like that with me. So maybe it's time to consider adoption since they clearly don't want to be parents to their kids. Not the asshole. My mom has always been a single mom and much like yours, very emotionally absent. When I was 6, she went to a sperm donor just because she wanted another child. She had twins and I got the same big sister responsibilities talk. Long story short, I lost my entire childhood to helping raise my siblings. I'm 20 now. The damage done to all of us is irreversible. All that being said, you're absolutely right. That baby is their responsibility and you are entitled to your entire childhood. You are entitled. That line is so raw. You are entitled to your entire childhood. I want this 16-year-old to graduate, kick all ass, and be so successful. Fucking right, me too. Yeah, not the asshole. That's the easiest not the asshole I think I've ever had. God damn. Now I'm either imagining just a large H.R. Geiger gaping butthole or those tiny little novelty baby hands. One of the two. No, I've seen your hands. But I haven't seen your butthole. So I'm just gonna have to assume that your butthole is huge.